Oh my god, hello beautiful people. Welcome to this space, welcome to this environment, welcome to the divine Diva Universe. I'm so excited to be recording. I'm so excited to be here with you guys. So in this video of today, I am so excited for this video, guys. I have a new free affirmation available for you right now. I need you to click the link below so that you can get your free affirmations, and when you get it, continue watching this video because I'm gonna tell you how you're gonna use these affirmations the best way that it has worked for me. And I want to share these methods that I have been using for years because I feel like we're now living in a world where, you know, everyone is sharing online. There is so much information and it's honestly beautiful, but I noticed that not everything that we learn sometimes is works best for us. And I realized that there is so many methods and techniques and ways of doing things that we borrow from each other and recreate our own. So I really wanted to share my methods with you guys, and if it works for you, great. If it doesn't, then maybe you can just share it with someone who it will, or maybe you can just take aspect of it and use it in your own practice. So I'm super excited for this video because I have the free affirmations right now available for you, and I also have an affirmation ebook. And in this affirmation ebook, I have a few surprises which we will get down to in a bit. But okay, baby, so now that you're back, let's get into this video. So this free affirmation list is all of the affirmations that I have been using for years, baby. I have been doing years of these affirmations. It all started way back, and I'm going to be sharing one method that I used for these affirmations, and then there will be other two methods available in my affirmation ebook, which I'm so excited about. Like, look at this beautiful design. It was all made and created by me, and it was truly like one of those things that it was just so refreshing to go back and see the affirmations that I've been using over the years, because it's like I was seeing some of them and before I could even finish the sentence I already repeat it because I know it so deeply. Like, it was just so really amazing. And I actually have my book here, and on this page, like, guys, I'm not joking, y'all, I do this every day. I have all the affirmations I was using last year for day and night, and some that I've wrote for like this year. You can see the dates. This is 23, and this was like literally only for a period from July till August. Very specific, love it. And then I had like night affirmations, and here just other daily affirmations, which these are for 2024, but I'm now using another one because, you know, I be changing them, and I've been changing my affirmation depending on what I want to do that year. So every year I create affirmations depending on which areas or what is my goal or what do I want to focus on for that year. And then from that affirmation I like create another small list to use throughout the year. So I end up using all the affirmations, just I split them throughout the year. Girl, I'm all about the life, period. And by doing this so frequently, I created like these methods that I feel personally have worked best for me. I've used many different methods. Some of them work, some of them didn't, but these three that I have in this ebook available for you are the ones that I feel like have impacted me the most. Like, these are the ones that was change shift. Like, these are the ones that change shift. These are the ones that shift things for me. So without any further ado, guys, let's just jump into this story time, which will be also more in depth available in this ebook, so you understand how deeply affirmations has truly changed my life. And not just like by saying the affirmations, because there is many free affirmations online, including the one that I just gave you, and it's all great, but it all really goes down to how do you use them and what ways work best for you. Like, I literally didn't know that I was using affirmations until a couple years ago back, that I found out that, oh my god, this is what I've been doing. Like, girl, some of these things come to me, I stopped doing it, and then I realized like, oh, there's a word for this. Like celibacy. Celibacy is one of them. I started my celibacy journey in 2018, I think, or 2019, and I didn't know I was celibate. I was just knew I was abstinent from sex, and then someone is like, oh yeah, that's people that abstain from sex are celibate. And I was like, what? Girl, I had to google it. So guys, let's get into the story time. So to me, it all started like, there was this time period in my life where I was living in this huge house. Like, it was this big house with lots of land, and we had coconut tree, maple tree, which is called lequat in English, I think, and we had like lemon tree, so many trees. It was like a playground. I love this house so much because of how much space it had. Like, I really loved it. Was like a playground to me. I loved it. And all these birds always came to my house because we had all these trees with all these fruits, and they would live there and make their babies and their families, and it was always just so like fun for me, until I was living in that beautiful house with no electricity and no water for a few months to almost a year. And my dad's friend brought us water in tank, and we have like, you know, garbage tank, of course not with clean. We use them for water, and we were living off of water in tank. And during the day we had no electricity, and then during the night we were using like candles to light up the place and to go to rooms and stuff like that. It was really interesting. I felt very confused at everything that was going on because I didn't understand. It was just so confusing to me. And the craziest thing was, like, everybody knew, but everybody was like a bit oblivious to what was happening. Like, it was 40 degrees weather. Like, the weather was just hot. Island, you already know, island Caribbean weather. And it was so hot during that day, and then at night I was just so glad that it was night, because then it's like a little bit more refreshing in the wind, because the house was already like warm from, because we didn't have any air conditioner or like electricity or a fan. Like, I'm trying to make this funny, but honey, the situation was to cry. It wasn't to laugh. And it was at night, and I was just so tired, so frustrated, and I looked at the moon, and I remember just being grateful that the moon's light was so bright that it could shine at least some light onto the house. And during that, I just started staring to the moon. And honey, I didn't know what happened. Just bear with me in this story, guys. I just started talking to the moon. I started telling all my frustration. I started telling like that I was tired of this shit, and that I needed this shit to shift. I needed this to change. I was like I was over it, period. And then I don't know, it's like the moon whispered to me, and it said to me, if you could have anything, if the world is a buffet and you can choose from, what would you have? And that question, that question was like a door to me. It blew my mind. It just opened. It was like a big door that opened, and all of the doors were available for me. And I was like, I was blown away. I was like, oh my god, I could have anything if I wanted to. This is a buffet. I started imagining, I started creating, I started imagining a better possibility. Like, I first started like having a house with electricity, like I just started with having electricity and water, period, because that was the situation. And it was like, okay, but what if you can have more, or a completely different? And I was like, oh, we could take a step further. We could notch it up a bit, girl. Let's go. Let's do this. And I started going crazy with fantasies. I started imagining everything, girl. I went crazy with this shit, and I was just having fun with it. I was just doing it because it felt so fun and it felt so good, like literally. And the key about that moment was that I just felt grateful that at least I had a house and a place to live and a place to sleep and stay in. It's true, I didn't have electricity, I didn't have water, the situation was what it was, but I was just so grateful that I had a place. And then I started feeling grateful that the moon was full and it shined light on the house. That is where it started for me, and I started doing that every night since then. Since that night, every night I would do the same thing without the conversation part. I would just be grateful that I had a house and imagine whatever I felt like. So I did that for a few years. And a few months after doing that, I started feeling like I was just the rich daughter of God. Literally, I felt that so hardcore that I recorded it was an affirmation in Spanish actually. Soy la hija abundante de Dios. And I said that affirmation. And during my walks to school, I would listen to music, but I didn't have a lot of music, so it was always like the same playlist. So I thought like, okay, let me record myself saying this affirmation. And sometimes I will walk to school, instead of listening to music, I will be listening to the affirmation that I recorded myself saying, which was, soy la hija abundante de Dios, I am the rich daughter of God. And that was like one of my first affirmations ever, like that I really started repeating and saying and doing. And since then, honey, that I started, I think high school it was, where you had to get your like school supplies and books and calendar and all this stuff. Girl, I was writing like crazy. That was I feel like that was the door that opened all the other doors for me. That I started journaling, manifesting, writing affirmations, all of this, scrapping, all of it started because of that night. And there was so many things, micro things, that happened during that phase that led to more doors and more situations like that to happen to me. Like that's when I start really like journaling more deep, journaling to manifest. I didn't even know I was journaling to manifest. I didn't even know I was journaling for reflective state or for to change my perspective. I realized all of this years later, like literally in a couple years ago. Literally I was like, oh my god, I've been doing all of these things. I didn't have the words for what I was doing, but here it is. Journaling, affirmation, changing reality, changing perspective, all of these things. So I am so excited to be sharing this affirmations ebook with you guys, because truly it has been something that I have been practicing, and it started ever since that story that I just shared with you guys. And if you want to know more about the other methods that I use, there will be available on my affirmations ebook right here. And don't forget to get your free affirmations. It will be available on the link below. You can subscribe to get them per email download, and you can use this methodology that I'm going to talk about right now. So the methodology, well, I just talked about it. And the part where I was saying you guys that I will walk to school and listen to this affirmation, how I created this affirmation is not the affirmation, but this voice recording process. How it worked best for me was by read from your body and just be aware of the breath in your body. And after you feel like you've normalized your breath, that you're breathing with your body, take your affirmation list that you just downloaded, take your phone, go to the voice note, whatever app you use. Before you start recording, you're going to think about something that you love, something that you love doing, someone that you love, a food that you love, whatever. Think about something that you enjoy, that brings you pleasure. And after that, you're in that feeling of feeling good, because you're thinking about the person you love, or because you're thinking about the food that you're gonna have tonight, or because you're thinking about that super fun activity that you're gonna do this week or today or whatever. Then within that space of that feeling, read the affirmations, and read them with that feeling, and record yourself while you're doing it. And this is one of the methods that you can use for these affirmations. And if you're interested in the other two methods, then check out TeawithVi.store, where you can get this beautiful and amazing juicy ebook where I share my other two methods that you can use. And with that, guys, is the final part of the video. So I hope you guys got the free affirmation, and if you do, let me know how you're going to be using it, or if you're going to use this method, or if you have your own and then just use this affirmation. It's also fabulous. And also don't forget to follow me on the Divine Diva Universe on Instagram, and because every day I share affirmations there, actually, because I do this process every morning. And sometimes I share some of the affirmations that I wrote about, that I journaled about, that I meditate on, whatever the scenario or case may be. And I share them every morning on Insta, because it's like my way of like setting the tone of the day. Like, this is the vibes, this is the energy, this is on what we on, like, you know. So if you really want to know more, you can just check out my Insta and follow me there, and you will receive these daily affirmations. Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to comment, like, subscribe, and I will see you guys in the next one. Bye.